Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Vechain once again. Thank you for support. Okay, big of the CoinsKid crew. So we did jump into some opportunities the other week on Vechain. We got the bullish divergence, the double bullish divergence down there. Look at that, and it's played out. Okay, so this is something I relay to why at this point just there. It was literally here a few weeks ago. Why I'm buying Vechain. We came up to the resistance high low, and right now we're breaking out. So the technical target, this first resistance has been met. That is actually a technical target at the moment, the top of the wedge. This red line around about 0.322759. So if we do start to see some kind of vertical here, that would be a major level resistance for me, where I potentially get rejected looking for the high low structure basically. Now on the daily we are approaching the overbought levels right there, so a word of caution: if you're not already involved in Vechain, this is why you should have been buying against the blood, the fear, the depression, the double bullish divergence down there that I relayed to you in the most recent video. So has Vechain bottomed? That's the big question, isn't it? So possibly it has. I'm looking at a potential breakout on a cup and handle pattern for total 2, and I'll go through that with you. But the bigger macro move here, now one thing that I got wrong, and I hold my hands up and I do sincerely apologise, that I was looking at an impulsive move here, blow off top. A lot of analysts were, including myself, many other analysts. But what Bitcoin did, and I'll show you this, okay, what Bitcoin did, in my opinion, it actually put in a bull trap. So let me change the colour on Bitcoin right now, because I still think we're in a bigger cycle here, and Vechain is part of this cycle unless I start to see something else that reveals otherwise. I think that what we've done, if you can clearly see for the Bitcoin chart, which is above in yellow, what we did at this point here in April, May of 2021, we actually began a whopping correction here for both charts. Okay, now with Bitcoin, it's come up and actually made the all-time high here. Okay, and it's consolidating above it, looking for the continuation in some kind of flag. So it may be the clue that Vechain has just been in this bigger cycle. Okay, and this particular blow off top scenario here is actually here. Okay, with Bitcoin. So I've got a theory, and I've had this theory for a very long time, that this is why at this point, Vechain came down in an A, came up in a B, was looking for the blow off top. I had my targets that weren't met, but what we've done, we've come back in a deeper correction for those targets to actually be met. So we're looking at some kind of vertical like that for Vechain over the next few months here, if I'm correct, and the clue may be in another chart. Okay, so my analysis on Vechain unfortunately was wrong at this time. Okay, but what I was looking at, and I hold my hands up, I'm completely sorry, I do apologize, and I may even be wrong about this, but what I was looking at when Bitcoin did this, I was actually bullish at this point, and as Bitcoin come down, was looking for the retracement to come up, and this was where typically alt season comes from. This is why my projection for Vechain was up. But once we broke down like this and Bitcoin broke down like this, please go back to the videos. At this point I flipped bear on Vechain because we'd lost structure, and it was presenting an A, a B and a C wave correction, because Bitcoin had put in an a false high B, which is a bull trap, and then the C wave. So Bitcoin, in my opinion, bottomed way before Vechain, which is typical of these altcoins. And right now Bitcoin's at a 1, into a 2, into a vertical 3, into a 4, into a final 5th wave, which is where the actual blow off top of this particular cycle is, which is where we should experience this vertical, just like we got there for Vechain. So this is why I do remain bullish on Vechain, and we've been looking to ride the waves with you, and so far so good. Off its bottom we've done incredibly well, but I just think that myself, in hindsight, I do apologise for this, that we got this blow off top wrong here. This was a bull trap from Bitcoin, which led me down the path. Okay, we'd had the ABC, which we nailed, absolutely nailed that. I think people forget at that point I was bearish on Vechain. I remember making videos saying, it's coming back in, I'm looking at its buyback target on this swing high, and people at that point were saying, no way, you know what you're talking about. But it was a whopping correction, but I hold my hands up. I thought we'd had an ABC, blow off top, ABC, blow off top. But in hindsight, obviously, I think what we've gone through is, because of the breakdown structure here, this is when I converted from, blow off top there, ABC, blow off top here, because we're still in the cycle. Do you understand? This is something, and this is the thing, as charting and things like that, and analysts, it's really difficult to get everything right. Okay, but obviously, as the price structure materializes and matures, different opportunities materialize. Do you understand? And different setups, and this is what you have to do as a trader and an investor. Once we broke the structure of an uptrend here, why this ABC, basically what this was, come down like this, we come up like this, and then as soon as we broke this structure here, I went bearish because of the structure we're telling me. Same here with Bitcoin. We've got the flag, boom, we're looking for projection, boom, I was looking for projection on Vechain. So I apologise for getting this part of that particular analysis wrong, because Bitcoin tricked me. It really did trick me. But in hindsight, what we've got, in my opinion anyway, is an A, an expanded flat B, a bull trap, the C wave, and right now it's a potential blow off top of the actual cycle. This wasn't your blow off top. This is just an impulsive move, corrective move, impulsive move, impulsive move, corrective move, impulsive move. So if I'm correct, again, I obviously could be wrong. I've not got a crystal ball. You know, please don't shoot the messenger. If I'm correct, then Bitcoin is right now had a 1 into a 2 into a 3, overlapping 4, looking for a blow off top of the cycle. This was not your blow off top. This was basically a third wave, as was this. And right now we've had this corrective wave in both of these charts. And right now we've had a 1 into a 2 into a vertical 3, 4, 5 with Bitcoin's last phase, which is typically where we see alt season, which is what I was expecting here. Do you understand? So this was Bitcoin's last fifth wave, but it wasn't. It was a B wave bull trap high. I hope you understand what I'm saying right now, and I apologize for getting that part of that particular impulse wrong. Okay, and you know, I've not got a crystal ball, and I may even be wrong here, but what I think we've got, if I'm correct at this point, I think we've got the perfect setup, because we've gone through this ABC and Vechain. We've had a 1 into a 2, and right now we're looking at a vertical 3. But we most definitely want to see Bitcoin taking out the highs of this flag and continuing the show to expect any upside on Vechain. So far so good. We did jump into a beautiful falling wedge just there a few weeks ago. We've bought some opportunity. We're buying this opportunity down here as well. Way back here in, I think it was March, April, I did flip bearish because of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup. The ABC coming back on this neckline. And again, you know, I relay to you that I think we'll do exactly what Bitcoin's done. Resistance, resistance, breakout, fall back, see you later. So basically you've broken out of a downtrend here for Vechain, okay, with bullish divergence at the foot of the mountain. But most definitely what we need to see going forward is this chart break bullish. If we see that, I will seriously think about converting all my Bitcoin into Vechain, because this has got a massive move in front of it. So where will it go to? You know, if I'm correct, and what we've done, we've had this ABC, and right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is part of the blow off top, which I expected to come here for Vechain, but never got it because it was a bull trap for Bitcoin. If this is the last phase of the bigger cycle, which is what I anticipate it is, and I've got another clue in the chart what I'll show you in a moment, then Vechain could be on the cusp of a vertical, and it's got more appreciation in it than Bitcoin, which is what we see at the end of the cycle and we didn't see there. Do you understand? So, you know, I wish I had the most luck, but what I'm looking at right now is a potential scenario. Let me get rid of the Bitcoin chart. You know, so I know a lot of you that follow this channel, you are in Vechain, as am I, but right now what we're looking at, if this is an impulsive move and we're at the same situation where we were there, and I relayed this a few weeks ago, we've got this V-shaped recovery, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, horrible, oh no, it's going to 0, it's around about 65% correction. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 65% correction. We've got a beautiful falling wedge at the bottom, a beautiful falling wedge at the bottom, and then we break bullish and absolute go vertical, break bullish and absolute go vertical. My minimal target for you is really simple. It's 0.67018. Okay, that will be my minimal target, which from there right now, and obviously it can go beyond that, that's roughly 2,376% for Vechain. Now a lot of people say no way, it's not going to do that, you know, things like that, but you know, look at what it can do, and it can come very quickly as well. So you know, if we do start to come up here and take out this pivot high, then wow, we could actually be on a third wave, which should in theory come up and take out that high within the third wave. So that's what I'm looking at as a minimal target. If we are indeed bullish and we see Bitcoin break the local highs, well, the all-time highs, sorry, and it continues to show, then I think we've got a clue that we are, you know, incredibly bullish here for Vechain. And what we've done is impulsive, corrective, and we're looking at this impulsive growth towards a 1.272 fib at an absolute minimum, and obviously it can go beyond that, but that is my minimal target going forward for you. Okay, so basically at the moment I've took a position in Vechain because of the setup that I see. You know, got the falling wedge there, and then we broke out, got falling wedge here, and we're looking to break out, got the falling wedge there, and we're looking to break out. So I wish I hadn't most luck, but going forward we most definitely have to pay attention to Bitcoin going forward, and if it breaks a local high and goes vertical and goes to them targets, then kick back, and you know, I feel more confident about the fact that we could see this huge growth here from Vechain, which, you know, obviously in this drawdown here never felt like it would come, but obviously at this point Bitcoin was going vertical, so we need to see Bitcoin going vertical for that particular analysis to ring true. So I do apologize about getting that part of the, you know, the bull market wrong right there for Vechain, but again, I've not got a crystal ball. Let me show you the other chart that I'm looking at right now that, you know, maybe a little bit of confidence to this particular analysis that we are looking at some kind of vertical here for Vechain going forward. Okay, let me show you. So the chart that I'm looking at obviously is the total 2 market cap, and the bottom chart is the S&P, so the king of risk. Now what we've got is a very similar pattern emerging at the moment in the king of risk, which is front running crypto in my opinion, but it's a clue for a potential scenario to play out. So obviously I'm looking for the invalidation in the short term in the total 2 chart. So I think that what we've been in really simply is a bigger macro move here, a risk on environment with inside this time frame, and I think we're nearing the end of it. So basically here we're looking at a blow off top for risk, which is obviously the king of risk, which is the S&P 500, and then from here, from the bear market bottom for crypto, we've been in a massive expanding move here, basically a 5-wave move off this bear market bottom. We've had an impulsive 1, the 2, the 3, the irregular 4. Right now we're in the cusp of a final 5th wave here, the blow off top, a big vertical in this particular chart, as represented by this chart here. Okay, so again, what we've got for the S&P 500, which is something I'll relay into the CoinsKid crew, the inverse head and shoulders pattern, breakout, see you later, and we've been coming up ever since. Okay, and we've got a very similar structure here. We've got an inverse head and shoulders pattern, we're coming up, we're looking to break this trend line, to break this structure to continue, and we've got your final 5th wave, and the fact that the king of risk has done that may be giving us a clue that that's what we're looking at, and until we're not, so the invalidation in the short term is the handle, basically. So we keep an eye on that. We are seeing a positive reaction off the handle in 5 waves, like we did here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here as well. A W bottom pattern looking to break out, and then here we've got a V-shaped recovery. So I remember how bearish everyone was on the S&P last year, and how bearish everyone was a few weeks ago just there. But I was, relaying that optimal opportunity for you, because I was looking at beautiful signature bottom patterns being formed right there. So all I'm doing is relaying the data. I think what we're in is a big risk on macro environment, and the king of risk is front running crypto, basically. So we've got some kind of 5-wave move here and some kind of 5-wave move here as well, looking for the end game before the bear market, and this is your blow off top of this particular cycle, as represented by the king of risk. So taking a look at the total 2 chart right now, which is basically crypto minus Bitcoin. So go to your ticker up there, total 2, crypto total market cap excluding Bitcoin. I think in the short term, if we see something in this chart, it will begin to negate my theory. I'm going to show you exactly what it is right now, okay? So in this chart, it's really important we pay attention to this chart, because at the moment we've got a nice little reversal pattern here, haven't we? We've got some kind of double bottom pattern. And if this is indeed impulsive, it should in theory break out relatively soon, and we should see a follow through within this crypto market. Okay, so we'll keep an eye on this best I can, because I think if we start to see the break of that orange line on this resistance trend line for total 2, then yeah, we're really getting the party started, and we are looking at this, blow off top here of this final phase of a larger cycle that crypto's been in. 1, ABC 2, 3, regular 4, final 5th wave, which consists of 5 waves with inside it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's what I'm looking at. I've been looking at this for a very long time, the end phase of this particular bull run. We're looking at a blow off top phase right now, and it's some kind of vertical across the board. So what we've got, the invalidation in the short term, if we do begin to break down below this overlapping corrective nature of this flag pattern and turn this into resistance, then yeah, you're done completely wrong, and you begin to invalidate the inverse head and shoulders pattern, and then you equally begin to invalidate the bullish, basically the cup and handle pattern. Okay, so I wish everyone much luck. Stay focused, stay tuned in, and I'll keep you updated as best I can. But at the moment, if we see a vertical through here, that orange line, then I'll be looking to get maximum exposure to Vechain, and possibly thinking about converting my Bitcoin into Vechain at that point as well. I hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Please smash the like button on the way out. Take care everyone, back to another update on Vechain. Bye bye.